What's up, everybody? This is Night Viper. Today I want to talk to you guys about the revert function in the satellite nexus. In my previous video I went over ascending heroes. I went through what all these do, but we hit the revert function. I had no heroes in here and we needed to figure out what the criteria was to get somebody in here. I figured that out, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Don't forget to subscribe so you're notified when I come out with the next video with tips from the last fortress. So let's jump into it. Okay guys, so this is the revert function. If you missed the previous video and you want to know about ascending people, I'll put it in the description. That will explain all of these. But when you get to this point, this is where you can actually pick a hero and it breaks them down. So you actually can break this hero down to the core heroes that were used to build it, basically. You can then use those shards to build other heroes instead. Now there is specific criteria to make this happen, and I actually had to go to tech support or their help desk or whatever to find out what that criteria was, because it wasn't working for me since the beginning of the game. Like, I had it one time, but I don't know how I had it. So I figured it out now. So let me show you just real quick a little conversation I had with the help area. This is what they said. So first, there was a communication problem. They were asking about a restore function. I don't know what that is. I said no revert. And then they basically copy and pasted the revert information, which is where you spend 200 diamonds to return a red or gold poster to the initial level. And the consumed hero poster will also be returned. Now, this word poster, I haven't seen anywhere else in the game. You know, with the heroes, they're hero shards. We call them cards, like you're pulling the cards and when you're recruiting. So I've never actually heard anybody use the term poster. But again, that may just be like through translation it came up that way. I didn't know. So I asked more on it. They asked me for screenshots, and this is basically what we ended with. Dear player, the rollback function can only roll back red or gold posters, and heroes cannot be rolled back. So now I know there's a differentiation between posters and heroes, but they didn't explain what it was, and then they ended the chat, and that was it. So I had to go back and figure out what they were talking about, and just using the information that they gave me where heroes and posters are different, I figured out that posters are actually shards. The reason that heroes don't show up here is because you can use heroes. They have the level, you can use them in your lineups. The posters, or the shards, you're able to manipulate until you merge them with one of these guys. So if you don't merge these shards with these heroes, you can then break them back down to their original components and reuse those to make another hero. Which is dumb, but this is where it will help you, because honestly it would help a lot better if we could just break down the heroes, but then they wouldn't make as much money, I think. So where we're at is on the shards. It'll help you to revert somebody if you're ascending them and you get to orange, which I'm sure we've all done. You upgrade an orange person to red and you realize you just used 3 of the same hero oranges to get to red. And now you need that specific hero orange to get to gold. I've done it I don't know how many times. It's super annoying. You can't reset them. But in this case, if you're just doing it with the shards, you're able to get that back and fix it. So what I mean by that, for the quick rundown for the people that didn't see the Ascension video, if you see black on these, you can merge them with any hero. It doesn't matter. They just have to be that orange quality in the same faction. But if you see their face, like the exact same face, you actually have to merge that hero with the same hero. So that's what I mean by if we did this with 3 of the same hero, because those are just the 3 orange cards that we had at the time, and then we realize we need the specific hero here, we need them here, we need them here, I mean tons. So this area here, don't know why it does that, I'll flip back and it'll come back. This area here is the mess up part, and this area here is where you can reset it if you need to. Same thing when you get to gold, you can reset it all the way back down. So I'm going to show you 2 things. The first thing is I have heroes in here that are red, right? But they don't pop up here. It's because, again, the hero can't be reset, only the shards. So if you look at the actual shard, if I go here, you'll see a red Kate, and she can be reset. But these guys, Matthew and this other guy, I forgot what his name is, Ivan Red, they can't be reset. So that's the criteria. They will show up there if you build them shards only, no heroes. So let me show you what reverting does. You click on them, it'll show you a preview of what you're going to get, And you guys can see in my vindicator area, this is what I have. Not a whole lot, right? But if I go reverts and I pick her, they're going to give me 48 of these guys back, and you have to build them back up again. So revert for 200 diamonds. Okay, now she's gone, and I have these in return. So you go back to ascend, and I got an assload of Ivan. Just, that didn't sound right. I got a lot of Ivan shards. So here's what you can do with these. You click on the little arrows, and I'm sorry, the auto ascend, and you can just auto ascend all these guys, because again, if they're green, they can go blue, they can't do anything else. Blue is where you get your leverage, which I talked about in the last video. So you want to leverage these blues to make whoever you want to grow. So now, if I messed up and I had the wrong hero that I was upgrading, I can use all these shards to get somebody else. So I'm just going to real quick put this person back together, and you'll see right now, you can see they're not here. And now I'm going to use all these cards, and I'm going to build them back up together. And actually, I think I'm going to build a Betty. I'll build Betty up, and that way you can see that there's somebody new in there, and I'm not just taking footage from before. So I will do that and be right back. Okay, so here's a perfect example of why this would help you, where this would help you. I have Betty right here, right? I need 2 golds for Betty to get to the next one. So I got to build people up that are gold. I can do that in shards. I don't have to use the actual heroes, right? We went over that. If I click the exclamation point, though, I want to show you where it's going to be important for me to have her in orange. All these. So for me to get my stars on her, I need her in orange. So yes, I do need 2 gold heroes, but I also need a lot of just strictly Betty in orange if I want to upgrade her some more. So if I were to put these 2 Bettys together, I'm going to end up with, if I put a red one. So if I get a red one, I can't use it. If I'm upgrading them here, red does me no good. So in that case, I'd be able to revert it and use it here. Guys, I had to make a correction because I almost merged everybody with this max here, and that would have messed up the whole thing. So I merged everybody together to make these 3 orange heroes, and I'm going to put these heroes together to get my red Betty. And I want to show you in the revert area, she's not there right now, but if I ascend these 3, I get the red Betty. And now I go here, and there's the red Betty. So that's how you do it. So now you guys know how the revert section works. That's the criteria that you need. You need to have shards, not heroes. Only upgrade shards, only upgrade the things without numbers on it until you have a solid plan on where you want them to go, because once they go there, they can't be removed. You can use that hero to upgrade other heroes and then start fresh when you pull the cards again, but you can't actually revert that hero back down to nothing. So if you want to revert them, stick to the shards. Hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any questions or if this isn't clear, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to explain it. And if you have any more information on this, then please leave a comment so we can all learn off of each other. So again, if you subscribe, you'll be notified on the next videos I come out with. Check out the Ascension video if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys on the next one.